any of you guys just joining, this is the final of the HCL French Clash of Clans tournament, Les Holmes versus Friends Warrior. We have a few live attacks left for you. Les Holmes coming in now with a Town Hall 11. Can they start to claw a little bit back? If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel for all of my Clash of Clans content. For this attack, Les Holmes coming in from the north with that kill squad. Interestingly enough, trying a Town Hall 11, the HB attack strategy, or that is what it looks like, guys. Interesting stuff. Haven't really seen this at Town Hall 11, so let's see how this pays off. Remember, this Clash of Clans tournament is a no dip tournament, so the Town Hall 11s have to hit the Town Hall 11s. There are no Town Hall 12s and no siege machines. Out comes the CC, Baby Dragon and Witches. That is easily going to go down to the poison spell, and before the kill squad with the heroes goes down, the Hog Riders are in. They are there to protect them. The Eagle Artillery slams down, but the Hog Riders are too quick. They have swooped ahead, protecting the King Queen. Hog Riders now reinforcing from the right hand side. We have the heal spell right on top of that giant bomb, and the single target Inferno getting sprung off, and the skeletons really doing a good job against the Hog Riders. But this is looking very impressive and could be a 3-star attack. We do have a multi-Inferno for the Hog Riders to get through. That is going to be difficult, guys, and they are going down quick, especially with the skeletons and with the King. Does the King and bowlers from the attacker have enough to get through here? The Queen gets through the multi-Inferno. That is huge for the bowlers coming forward. The King and bowlers are going to take down the enemy King. Queen goes down amazingly, but get some hype in the chat, because I think that is a 3-star for Les Holmes. Pulling it back a little bit. We are in for a tight war at the end of this, guys. It is going to be a close one. Who will be crowned champions of the HCL, the French Clash of Clans tournament for 2018? Thank you for the invite in letting me stream this event for a start. Camo, thank you so much, my friend. We did have artists design my new logo for this as well, so thank you for that. ASKIP tournament here, and get some hype in the chat. 3 stars. Boom. Beautiful. We've been waiting for it on stream. We've seen them Town Hall 10 attacks not quite paid off in terms of the Falcon, but as you can see, there are a few seconds. It is a time fill. I was not even watching the time. That is crazy. We've been at it, giving you guys the 3-star hype. I feel so sorry for Les Holmes, and they cannot take down that base. That is it. As you can see, there is only one more Town Hall 11, and it was that attacker. So unfortunately, they can't go and tweak the plan. It is a 97% 2-star attack, and that is so unfortunate. It would have tied things up. 40 minutes remain and 2 attacks each. Wow. I cannot believe it. Now, unfortunately, Les Holmes actually only have 1 attack, guys, because as you can see, Town Hall 11, well, they have 2, but it's not going to be meaningful. All he can do is try and get the 3-star here. If he doesn't, then it's not going to help, guys. So it's not going to really help massively. Friends Warrior do have to get the 3 stars at Town Hall 10, so that might be a little bit easier. What do you guys think? Absolutely so unlucky. I really thought he had that. Oh, I feel for him. I really do. He had a couple of archers coming in for cleanup as well. Maybe a wizard or something might have helped. I really don't know, but that is so devastating. And there we have it, guys. So Les Holmes, who were so impressive in that semi-final matchup, are on 39 with just 2 attacks remaining. A Town Hall 10 and a Town Hall 11. Friends Warrior have 2 attacks remaining. They have 40 stars, so at the advantage, and they have 2 Town Hall 10s left to attack. We've seen a lot of Falcon attacks coming in at Town Hall 10, haven't quite got it done. Bonjour to all of the French community coming to the stream and checking out your friends' clans. Who are you cheering for? Who do you think will win? It's going to be an exciting finish, guys. It really is. Only a couple of attacks remain, so if they all get done and the stream is, 20 minutes before the war is going to end, then we will just end it early. However, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we are going to be seeing some attacks at the end to really try and clutch that victory. Can Les Holmes bring it back? Well, if they bring some form like this attack, then they most certainly will. You've got a feel for them. That was so close with that Hog Rider attack. The HB attack at Town Hall 11. Beautiful ingenuity. Just didn't quite have enough with that cleanup. So as you can see, no Town Hall 12, no Siege Machine, and no Dip attack. But we are hitting this base with the Electro Dragons. The King and Queen used purely just as a suicide method, taking out a couple of defenses, not really anything key, to be honest with you, more carving a path for the Electro Dragons. You can see how now, with that coming down, it is going to target these defenses. I am appreciative that we are showing replays multiple times, but there are people diving in and out of the stream. I am going to try and just show as many replays as we can now, bring them in thick and fast for you guys. In comes the Electro Dragons and the balloons with that Grand Warden's ability, help them get through this dangerous area in the middle and take that down. Now the only dangerous defense for the Electro Dragons is the single target Inferno. And as you guys who have been watching the stream will know, he has a freeze spell ready. He has a rage spell ready to help the Electro Dragons through that. So just resetting that Inferno helps these couple of baby dragons, keep wanting to call them baby dragons, Electro Dragons, in order to get through, take down that single target Inferno, and at this point, ransack the rest of the base. Do you guys enjoy Electro Dragons? I love them. They're actually one of my favourite troops, such a brilliant addition to the game. I just love the Town Hall 12 update. It brought so much new excitement, so many new things to the game. It was really on point for me. There is a Town Hall 11 3-star on the other side, 97% for Friends Warrior as well though, so we have to equally feel as upset for them. They cannot change that as well. They only have 2 Town Hall 10 attacks left, and for this one it is the Bow Witch. Giants across the entire base. It's quite nice because we have the Bowlers and Witches walking down the bottom side and the top. At the top, they can swoop right the way around and jump through the base itself. Like I said, guys, we're going to stack in the attacks now, stack in the replays thick and fast for you guys over the next 30 minutes before we wrap up the stream. If there is any live attacks, naturally, we're going to dive out of the replays and then we'll come back in once we are finished. But for this Bowler and Witch attack, jump spells provide access right the way through the base. Once he gets to the far end of the base, we actually have them compartments that are split. The Bowlers can walk down the middle. Love the use of that Grand Warden's ability. Helps get through that giant bomb and the bomb tower. Gets a little bit unfortunate not to take out the single target Inferno with the Bowler bounce. And this is great design from a defender's point of view. The single target Inferno just set back that little bit, means that it can't be directly targeted. However, to counteract that, a jump spell gives him access into the compartment in order to take it out with the Queen. Bowlers and Witches then ransack the rest of the base, mainly the Witches. They get to the end. Look at how many Witches running around the top of the base he has left alive. An absolute destruction. At Town Hall 11, swag the Queen ability, no Siege Machine used. Boom, brilliant, brilliant stuff. Then you have a whole stack of Town Hall 10 attacks. Now this is the difference. This Town Hall 10 3-star is what separates the teams at the moment, and it is again a Bowler Witch attack, this time at Town Hall 10. Can we get another 3-star? Les Holmes, can they get the Town Hall 10 3-star and the Town Hall 11 to put themselves in the lead? Or can Friends Warrior adjust some of their Town Hall 10 attacks in order to get that 3-star and go ahead and secure victory for this final? As you can see, standard, very similar to that Town Hall 11 attack, this time using the golems instead of the giants, So the reason for that is they're not in any danger of the single target infernos. Yes, it does now turn around and go in there, not quite what was expected, but at this point the job on the bottom is done. The bowlers and witches at the top continue to do their job, whilst naturally the bowlers and witches coming through the middle with the heroes take all of the spells. Now again, freeze spell, it is very, very useful, if nothing else. Yes, it is balanced in terms of the duration of it so that it doesn't make it OP in terms of dropping down from 2 spell slots to 1, but it is incredibly useful to just reset that charge of the Inferno. That's kind of its purpose now, if you will. It didn't really have a purpose before because it just wasn't viable enough to use. Now that they've made it 1 spell, you can use it just to reset that Inferno, and it works beautifully, guys. As you can see, helps in this case to get the 3 stars. Does get a little bit close towards the end, but a Town Hall 10 3-star, like we always say, a 3-star is 3 stars. That's all you need in order to win wars. So there we go, Friends Warrior with that Town Hall 10 triple is what separates the teams, and we're getting close to the final 30 minutes of this war. Let's flip back across, show you some attacks from Les Holmes at Town Hall 9. Let me know in the chat, what do you think? Can Friends Warrior hold on to their victory? Or do you think, based on the attacks you have seen, we've been streaming for well over an hour now, do you think the attacks from Les Holmes are going to be enough in order to bring it back? Let me know what you think. Certainly struggled at Town Hall 10, haven't they? Haven't quite been able to adapt that Falcon attack at Town Hall 10 in order to do it. Callum thinks we will have a last minute clutch. I live in the north of England. How to skip clouds, I am top 200 global. Wow, that is very, very impressive. Honestly, there's no way to skip clouds. You're going to have that issue when there are people that are on the game and activity is high. That's just how it is, unfortunately. Supercell have said it is a big priority for them to fix. Let's hope they can come up with some plans in order to change it. But honestly, I really don't know what they can do because it's just the nature of how the game's designed. If there's a lot of people active and there's no one to raid, then there's no one to raid. The prize pool gets smaller, if you will, as you move on up. We do have a lava loon kicking us off. We all know that at Town Hall 9, we've seen a lot of witch attacks this war. I really like how the Queen just walks up, snipes off a few defenses, and again, we always talk about, as part of a kill squad, taking out key objectives. You guys always know that. However, more importantly, it's actually creating a path for your other troops. Now, all we mean by that is exactly where they will go. If you can narrow down that channel, so the balloons here, as you can see, as they move through, it means that they clump together a little bit. Your spells can then be more viable. It's more predictable, it's more controlled. You know where the balloons are going to go. You can preempt where to use your spells and exactly what's going to happen, and it just means that there's not as many loose ends, shall we say. There's not as much room for error. So, just look at how many balloons are left over, guys. That is a whole stack of balloons. They are going to help with cleanup, but naturally, we've got some minions coming in around the top to help out anyway, in order to get the job done. Town Hall 9, 3 stars. Remember, this is a no-dip war, so the Town Hall 9s, we have a live attack. You guys pretty much got to see that one, didn't you? It is a Town Hall 10 attack by Les Holmes. They're coming in against this same base with the Falcon. I think this is a good base for the Falcon. I really do. Let's just see if they can get it done this time. So, Queen coming in from the right hand side this time, starting on the Town Hall, takes that down. Baby Dragon comes in just to help that funnel, kind of set the Queen up anti-clockwise if you will, and then around she comes. No wall breakers, so all he wants is to take out some things. I'm thinking around about this Archer Tower is where he wants to direct them Valkyries in order to get onto that single target Inferno and into the middle of the base. That's going to then give him access towards the other single target Inferno as well. So I think he's probably going to bring the King and some wizards in from the top here. Queen just gets through the enemy King. Able to continue bringing around. It doesn't look like he's going to directly target the Inferno. He's actually going further around, and he's brought the King in from around about 10 o'clock here. So let's just see. I would have probably, in my eyes, brought the Valkyries in directly where the Queen is now. Brought the King in from 1 o'clock. Let's just see if the Valkyries do what we want them to do. So they are going to come around here. They are breaking in from 12 o'clock. So this could potentially still be okay. But we do have the single Inferno locking onto the Queen. They need to get in range of this before the Queen gets back there. Otherwise, it is going to be goodnight Queen. She gets locked onto, and unfortunately, no freeze spell means the Queen is a goner. That could be devastating to this attack. Bowler's doing quite well though. The Valkyries have indeed ransacked that core. Healers are going to get fried as well. I think this is going to be a struggle. The balloons coming around the back end of the base. They are going to take down some of them defenses, but that single target Inferno still stands. It looks dangerous in the middle as the Giants and Kings go down. And there you have it, guys. It is going to be a defense for Friends Warrior. Get those defenses in the chat. Unfortunately, just didn't quite come off for Les Holmes, which means their Town Hall 11 has to triple now in order for them to have any chance of this. Friends Warrior can sit back, they can really plan their attacks. Probably the best thing for them to do at the moment would be to sit back and really just attack at the last minute so that it really doesn't give Les Holmes much of an opportunity. But really, there's one base they can attack and that is it. So really, that is ultimately what they need to do. Les Holmes, I'm praying for you. Let's hope that you can do it. We all love the tight wars, so I really want to see if they can 3-star. Let's review this attack. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. I honestly think this is a good base for the Falcon, but I think he needs to break into this single target Inferno to protect the Queen. This is what happened last time when they came from the opposite side and the single Inferno locked onto the Queen. Great start, I have to say. I think the Queen coming in here works really well, takes out the enemy King. That's one less thing that's going to distract the Valkyries away from the single target Inferno. However, if they break in here, get the King in with that funnel, you can easily create it. Valkyries onto this area and breaking straight into the base. I think that's a much easier option because you can protect the Queen through that. And ultimately, towards the end of the raid, that's what cost him. He just didn't have that firepower for the Queen to finish off them defenses. The healers wouldn't have went down either. Honestly, I don't know. Hindsight's a lovely thing, isn't it? And when you're looking at attacks and you're thinking, oh, I think this could work, but ultimately that's what I always do. And I fail a lot of the time, guys, so I'm not a miracle worker. I really think just adjusting that Falcon attack a little bit, though, might have been better for him. Let's show you, though, some of their beautiful attacks. And coming in this time, this is the base we saw, wasn't it? With the Town Hall 9 Lava Loon. Let's show you the next one down, which is going to be the Witch attack. Lots of Witch attacks in this war. We were discussing earlier on with Lisa from Elite Gaming what her experience with the witches were. I know that Lisa is, or might still be with us. She can potentially let us know, but the hit rate that she was having was approximately 85%, and she thought that it was actually a lot better with that extra skeleton. Again, I don't think it's anything that Supercell needs to necessarily change. There's still a lot of variety at Town Hall 9. It does help them solve that issue in terms of using the witches across the board in terms of how many skeletons they have, but we have seen some interesting and an increase in witch attacks most certainly. For this one, going to use the queen right up that side and then bring the witches down the other. Now, we did see one attack where the queen took a bit of a U-turn, didn't we? And that is a one that I want to hopefully show you within the next half an hour. It really is interesting. Leave some likes on the stream, Judo. Will love it. I will love it. I do love the support, so thank you so much. Absolutely smash that like button if you are enjoying it. Trying to cram as many attacks for you from this final, the HCL final between these two clans, really battling it out to try and get this done. It does look at the moment like Friends Warrior certainly have that advantage. Les Holmes, when we started the stream, had so many more attacks, but they just haven't converted them. So it's not always how many attacks you have left, it's how many you can actually convert, isn't it, guys? So here we are with the golem coming in the middle. The bowlers do actually digress a little bit and come on the outside with the witches. But that is not to worry, because even just having the king, queen and a couple of bowlers in the middle with them healers is enough to get that done. So it actually works out quite nice with the witches coming around the outside. They can help to narrow that path. Again, keep the troops on the middle going forward instead of bouncing outwards towards the buildings on the outside, and it really does just help with the pathing of the troops in the middle. I know we talk about the pathing of troops a lot, guys, but it is really super important, and alongside funneling, it is probably the most important thing in terms of your attacks that you need to work on. Maybe I will bring a separate video on that, guys. I'm really not too sure. Try and break down that one for you. Moving on to the next one, I think pretty much the rest of the Town Hall 9s are witch attacks that we have indeed seen. And again, just talking about base layouts, it is dependent on where the air defense are as to whether you take a golem or a healers. As you can see on this one, air defense towards the edge of the base. Why this attacker opts for the golems, because the healers, if you lose them straight away, obviously they're not then protecting the witches, and it really doesn't help you out very well, guys. So as we continue to move around the base here, you can see the king and queen press forward, jump spell right in the middle, going to again get that funnel created. That's part of the witches. They continue to move around the outside, allow your troops to press forward, but they also create that funnel for you so that as you're moving through, your bowlers don't walk. The bowlers can walk around the base quite a lot, guys. So you really do need to make sure you've got that funnel set, because since the bowlers have that bounce, they can actually target and walk around the base because of the defenses in the middle. I hope that makes sense to you guys, but they really can, and it's easy for them to walk. So you need to make sure that that funnel is definitely well set. Continuing to move through the base then, it does become close on this one. The queen is already down, the king is on about half health, and towards the back end of the base, it's purely the fact that the bowlers at Town Hall 9 with that bounce, again, are able to hit multiple defenses that really help to get this job done. That's why they're so good, guys, especially like we said, at hollowing out bases, which is primarily what you're using them for here at Town Hall 9, because they do have that double bounce. It just works so well. So 20 minutes remain, still 3 live attacks. Let's have a quick look at where they are. So Les Holmes, they are 1 star behind. They have 1 Town Hall 11 attack, and they need to hit a base which has 79%. Now Friends Warriors have 2 attacks at Town Hall 10. Let's have a look. Which do they have? They have base number 4 and 5. They are left to attack. They have 90, 62, so they might go for the 62% in order to bump that percentage up, because it is pretty close. Friends Warriors are ahead. Now with the 100% on the base with 79, that would put Les Holmes ahead. So if Friends Warrior can maximize percentage on the base, where is it there, base number 5, 62, if they can press that percentage up to closer to 80%, then they're in with a good shot, even if Les Holmes get the 3rd star. So that is probably what they're going to do, press that base and also I mean, they could go for this 81%, but if they are indeed pressing towards a 3-star, or they think they can do it, then the 3-star is what they need. But they might play it safe. They might go for percent. So John Matson, just joining us again. What did I miss? Well, you missed a couple of attacks. You missed a very, very close Town Hall 11 attempt by Les Holmes. They very nearly got it done. Just lost out on the final few buildings. That would have tied it up, but unfortunately they did not. So they are at 39 versus 40 with only one attack remaining, and it is a Town Hall 11. So they need to hit this base with their Town Hall 11. It's already got 79% on it, and they are very slightly behind on percentage, so they can probably catch up on percent if they can get the 3 stars. That would put them ahead. However, Friends Warrior with their 2 attacks will probably go for base number 5 and base number 4 to press their attack percentage up and ultimately give them the win, even if Les Holmes get the 3 stars. That's what I think this clan will do to play it safe, but if they have a master plan for base number 8, they'll probably still go for it and go for base number 5 for the percentage anyways. So let's show you some more Town Hall 9 attacks. Again, we have a lot of witches, and John Matson asking if we can quickly show that. Yes, I will show it. It is going to, I'll fast forward it though, buddy, because I am trying to just cram a lot of replays in here for when the video goes live for people as well that are watching this back as a video and not a live stream. So, as you can see, it's a very intuitive attack. It's a HB attack, and he comes in, remember, no siege machine. If there was a siege machine, very likely that this attack would have been a 3. Pressing in from the top, Giants are just going to batter their way through that wall and use the healers in order to help out. So he's not wasting troops, he's not wasting a jump spell, gets that funnel created as the Giants are busting through the wall, so it works really nicely. Let's slow it down just a touch for you. Bowlers with that rage spell able to get a lot of value here. Takes out the Eagle Artillery, takes out the CC. Now at this point, I was thinking this is looking very good. Hog Riders coming in to protect that kill squad as well, because he needs them for cleanup. He then brings the Hog Riders in from the right hand side, just in order to help to merge across to them other Hog Riders. He's losing a lot of Hog Riders in the middle there. Perhaps that was costly, not quite getting the enemy king down first before them Hog Riders came in. It's always a tough one. It's really hard to get that balance in getting the Hog Riders in quick enough to protect your kill squad, but not too quick that they're then going to take damage from the main things that you want to take down with the kill squad. Either way, Hog Riders press forward. They continue to do well. Multi-Inferno goes down by the Queen, but the Hog Riders just fizzle out because of the enemy king and the enemy skeleton spells. Then the rest of the troops do indeed take them out. If that enemy king wasn't there, then it could have been the 3 stars. Anyways, they get down to it. They take out these defenses. A couple of archers at the top just aren't enough. Even if he had saved a wizard for that, it would have been a 3-star attack. So unfortunate for Les Holmes, but they still are within a chance. It's not over until it's over. Very exciting war. These guys putting their full effort into these attacks, trying to get the trophy for the HCL 2018 Clash of Clans tournament. Let's show you some more Town Hall 9 attacks. A lava loon for this one. Beautiful. I did want to try and find that witch attack where the Queen did a quick U-turn. It was very intriguing. But for this one, in with the balloon to quickly take out that mortar, and really all that was doing was checking if there was a black air bomb. Obviously this was a scout attack. Not a scout attack, it was a fresh hit, sorry, and he just wanted to check, because if the baby dragon goes down to a black air bomb there and the funnel isn't made, then it really is going to be difficult. No, I'm not going to do a farming attack. There's 15 minutes left in this exciting tournament. It is going to be all based on the tournament. We've got to hit them live attacks, trying to show you a few more replays, build the suspense here for the Les Holmes versus Friends Warrior. These guys really deserve a good show and a good shout out. They have done amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Lisa. I would not want to miss anything here. So like I said, he needed that funnel with the baby dragon, so using one balloon to check is going to be worth it, because once the heroes have got in and done what they needed to do, then the lava balloon portion becomes just a lot easier, doesn't it? I love the king. Just walking around nice and casuals, nothing's happening to my base, no one's taking me out. Meanwhile, the balloons are wrecking the rest of the base. Getting to the back end, there is a lot of damage there with the archer tower coupled with them 2 air defense, so that is why we have a rage spell left as they press forward. And the good thing with the lava loon is as them lava hounds pop, you do have the pups in order to help with cleanup, and that is where the minions come in as well in order to help out. Could have probably popped one onto that builder's hut just to help with efficiency a little bit, but ultimately does not need it. Takes out the town hall. Balloons did get a good split and helped with the cleanup portion. You can, if you think you're going to be okay, hold a balloon or 2 in order to then spread out themselves. They do a lot of damage in order to help get that 3 stars, but we have a live attack here, and exactly what we thought. Friends Warrior coming in against base number 5, the one that only had a percentage destruction in the 60s. So this really could get them the win. They need a high percentage. Very wise to come in from this side as well because of that town hall. Remember, they did hit this base just a little bit before, but missed the town hall in fact, and they did hit this with the falcon as well, didn't they? Missed the town hall unfortunately, so that doesn't add on to the total destruction. So as they press forward, town hall goes down. They are going to continue doing that, and it's looking good in the middle, but I do worry that the single target infernos are frying them bowlers as well in the middle. Certainly not going to be a 3, I wouldn't have thought. We do have the free spell there ready as well, probably going to save that for the queen. And now, as they press forward, the queen moves across to the left-hand side, which is quite nice. That's going to help with percentage. He's into the 60. If he can get 70 and even 80% here, it puts Friends Warriors in a good position. But they have to be careful that they don't be too complacent just going for percentage, because Les Holmes could still get that 3-star attack. So we have the queen, which is very nicely going to be protected by a few skeletons, snipe off some other buildings. So they're going to get to around about 70% here before it fizzles out. So it is going to improve their percentage. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and do the calculations on stream as to whether Les Holmes can actually catch up, but I think 20% rise they would have, because there's only 15 bases within this. It's not like a 50 versus 50 war. There's only 15 bases, so it is going to be interesting in that. Maybe someone can quickly work that out. Let's see. It would be 15 bases. 100% would equal probably about, what would it be, 6 to 7, 6.5% per 100% base, which means that 20% would be around about 1.5% ish. A little bit less, 1.3% ish. So let's come back to the drawing board. Can they still do it? It's around about 1.3%. Let's see when that score goes on, what it presses. Friends Warriors, I think they can still do it. It's not going to press it up. Oh, I don't know. I think it might be mathematically impossible here for them to catch up, even if 1.33 says Lisa. Thank you for the clarification. 1.33% they will need in order to bring this back. Maths geek, well, thank you so much. I did get an A in maths at GCSE, but I think that was a long time ago. I don't know how slick I am with my math skills now. Here we are, 94.73. I don't think they can do it. I think it is mathematically, unfortunately, impossible for Les Holmes. Even if they take this base for the 3 stars, 20% or 21% is only going to give them around about 1.35% increase, so it is not going to be enough. Lisa got a double A at A level. Wow. Well, there you go then. Lisa can clarify it. I don't think it's enough. I think Friends Warrior have taken this. It's only 10 minutes though, guys. Spare 10 minutes in order to find out one attack left. They're probably going to leave that right until the end, I would assume. What a final this has been. Either way, it has been very competitive. Both clans battling it out. You've got to say, the 97% either side, though, could have swung either way. If Les Holmes had got that, it could have, I mean, it wouldn't have pressed the percent that much, but it would have really put things in perspective here for the last one. It would have meant that both clans were pressing for that 3-star attack because they couldn't rely on percentage. Absolutely, it is unfortunate, but I think it is the reality. I think Friends Warrior have indeed won this one, guys. Let's get another replay on the background for you. Kind of losing track as to which ones I haven't shown you. I definitely haven't shown this one, and it is another, amazingly enough, Lava Loon. I thought it was all witches, but maybe we were just missing them before when we were watching them. This one looks like it's using a golem as well, so kind of going back to that old school meta, old school meta, if you will, when you used to press in a little bit heavier with the kill squad. King Vilter says, which one is better, the Wall Wrecker or the Battle Blimp? It is totally situational. The Battle Blimp can be very good at sniping off key defenses, for example, if an Eagle Artillery is at the edge of the map, or if you can use your other troops to protect the Battle Blimp to get across. I personally think the Wall Wrecker is better. It's easier to use into army compositions as part of your kill squad, and there's a lot less skill involved, I think, with the Wall Wrecker. You put it down, it wrecks the walls. But the Battle Blimp, you have to make sure it's tanked appropriately, because if you don't get it to the defense to drop your clan castle troops off where they need to go, then actually it's not as useful, is it? You can end up wasting your clan castle troops, so there's a little bit more risk involved, but there's a bit more skill involved with that. So I think the Wall Wrecker, generally speaking, is the better one because it's a little bit easier for the casual player to use. That's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. We've kind of missed the attack, but you guys have got to see it in the background. Standard stuff in using the ballers to help hollow out the base, but a little bit more like the old school meta in terms of using the Lava Loon just on the back end. Lisa said, I've seen a lot of clone Lava Loon with the Battle Blimp. Interesting. Have you seen balloons or Lava Hounds within that? I've seen both. I've seen people use balloons to just snipe off one area of the base or actually press in with part of a kill squad. And equally, I've seen the Battle Blimp used, especially if you're going to be putting your Lava Hound into a single target inferno. The Battle Blimp can actually tank that initial beam and then pop a Lava Hound at full health out of there. That's what I've more commonly seen. Good stuff, though. I do like to see the strategy discussion here in the chat. That's how we all improve, from sharing ideas. Loons mostly into the core. Anyone that saw my video from today, we did see a good example of that from, I think it was King Jimbo. He does that a lot. He has loons in the... he uses the Wall Wrecker for it, though. But very similar strategy. 6 minutes remain. We probably have time for 1 or 2 more replays. You know what? I think this is the one that we were talking about with the Queen making that U-turn very, very intuitive. But just look at how he does it. Coming in, he's going to first of all take out that Lava Hound just so it doesn't cause him any grief. The Queen, has nothing around her. She's not going to be targeted at all, just going to be able to sit and take out that Lava Hound, then walk down this side of the base, taking out a few key objectives along the way. Quickly do a swoop, a U-turn, and press back up the other side. I am going to kind of fast forward a little bit because what I do not want to happen is live attacks to come in and miss this replay. So the Queen comes forward, takes out the enemy Queen, continues to come down and takes out some of the other buildings as well before merging in with the witches. Now I just think this is really intuitive. I've never really seen too many people do it like this, but I'm not sure time effective wise if it is the most efficient. You can see this is kind of what you would see in terms of witches coming down the side. Now the air defense right through the middle means that you're certainly okay to use the healers on that left hand side, and the Queen was perfectly alright to kind of walk down this side, again healers being free. That then means that as you press through the base, you're actually taking out that middle compartment with the air defense in. So the queen merges in with the witches instead of walking down this side. He's actually already taken that out, so the queen is actually in the middle instead. Ooh. I did a Skelly Donut 11v11 with Wall Wrecker into an Inferno was neat. That does sound neat. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Which attack was it? I think it might have even been in the CWL final, was it last week? No, it wasn't. I tell a lie. It was in the semi-final of this tournament, the HCL tournament that you guys seen. I've been streaming and videoing so many different things recently. I get mixed up as to what was what, but there was a beautiful Skelly Donut technique. If you actually go back onto the semi-final tournaments, I think it was the first one, semi-final one, go watch that. You will see an example of the Skelly Donut. Use the skeleton spells in that rage spell to take out the queen and CC out of range of splash damage. It was beautiful stuff, and then obviously from that point was in a lot better position to ransack the base. But we have a live attack, 4 minutes remaining, and it is Les Holmes coming in for their final Town Hall 11 attack. So close last time, and this one using the miners. Very similar attack, and again coming in with the healers. So any of you guys that weren't here on stream, Les Holmes tried this attack and they used the queen down from this area in order to try and take out all of this with a queen charge. Now I thought that perhaps using other troops would be better so that your healers weren't susceptible to the air defense. However, like I did say, he's got the angle much better here. You can see how he's leading into the air defense instead of away from it. That means that the healers are behind the queen and more protected. However, it could become an issue in a second as we are pressing into the air sweeper. Let's just hope it is not. Once all of this is down, he can then press in with the miners. But what he doesn't want is any of these defenses digressing the miners and causing them to go off track. So he wants to spend a couple of more seconds here as the queen takes down the rest of these defenses, takes down the CC. This is a much better entry than last time, and now you can see, like this was proposed and planned last time, the miners will move right the way up the base instead of splitting off and coming down to the Eagle Artillery. Much better planning, and actually even going to take out the enemy queen. So this is looking very good. Miners take down the town hall, so at least we know he's got the 2 stars, and then pressing forward. A lot of giant bombs, but he still does have the Grand Warden's ability. The queen did not get it done, unfortunately. Enemy queen took her down, but it's not the end of the world for the miners. They can fight back. They're not defense targeting troops, so they are going to take that down straight away. 2 heal spells remain along with the Grand Warden's ability, which I'm assuming we're saving for this area down the bottom. But what I was just about to say was that he needs to use these heal spells early on. He doesn't want to lose too many miners, because you've got to think of the value you're getting out of your spells. As the miners come down, we have 52 seconds. This expo could be an issue, guys. Are they going to have enough time to take down all of this and then get back up to that expo? There's certainly plenty of miners left over, but they are a little bit slow in terms of getting from one building to the next. A skeleton trap could absolutely wreck this base, to be honest, if they distract the miners. However, it is going to be a close one. I'm praying that he can get it done just for the excitement, and we can double check our maths. Remember, we thought that it was impossible for Les Holmes to catch up with percentage. It would be good to clarify that. A skeleton spell is going to destroy it. I don't think he had enough time anyway, guys, but there you go. Show some love in the chat. Zombie Hunter, welcome to the stream. We're actually just about to wrap up here, but thank you so much for the support in tuning in. 95%. Let's just see. Friends Warrior will get that other attack in. 94.2, absolutely. Even if he had that extra 5%, it would not have been enough. So massive congratulations to Friends Warrior for winning the HCL Clash of Clans 2018 tournament. Can they celebrate in style with a 3-star attack at Town Hall 10 right at the end of the stream? Attacking this one, again, I actually think this one could be good for the Valkyries. You've seen a lot of Valkyries attack for these guys. Haven't quite got it done, but the Bowlers and Witches are what they are trying. it's quite nice in terms of if you can keep them ballers and witches around the outside, you can keep the main fire of your troops coming through the middle onto them defenses only, and it looks like he's off to a good start here. He does have 2 golems getting attracted by the single target inferno, which is not good, but that's going to go down pretty quickly. Dragon doing a lot of damage. I think he's lost a lot of ballers in the middle here, which could be costly, but there's not a lot of other things. If he had a jump spell here for this single target inferno, I'd think it was looking a lot better, but as you can see, the king has to back through this wall, and that is ultimately what's going to cost him. I think having another jump spell here could have been a better option. Is he going to get this down? Who knows? Who knows? There's only air defense now because they've got through that wall. I think it is a triple. Give it up for Jeff, guys. Who am I to question a Clash of Clans expert like Jeff, who is coming in what looks like could be a 3-star. The golem has not popped into golemites yet, so it's still going to tank. He actually had another golemite there. As the queen comes forward, she's going to wreck some of these defenses. Still has the ability and has witches around the outside, which do go down. Unfortunately, they have gone down, but I think the queen's got enough here with the ability. Let's just see. I might be speaking too soon. I might have known more than I thought. Either way, it's a beautiful attack, and Jeff deserves the 3 stars in my eyes. Let's see if he can get it done, but he has 3 Teslas to get through. The golem has to try and protect the queen here. I don't know if the golem's going to be quick enough to protect the queen. She's going to be much quicker, and actually I think it might even be a time fail, but it doesn't matter, guys. Jeff's done his part for the team. Friends Warriors have indeed won. Zombie Hunter, thank you so much. I'm glad you do enjoy the streams, as with yourself, Callum. And yes, get some hype in the chat there for Friends Warriors. Get some hype in there for Les Holmes as well. You guys saw the semi-final matches last week, semi-final 1 and 2 for this ASKIP event. If you didn't, make sure to go and check it out. Both of these clans were very impressive, put up some very nice attacks. Both deserve to be here, and both equally deserve credit. So get some love in the chat for both of the clans. As we see, it is not going to be a 3-star attack. It is going to be a time fail. Very unfortunate. Had the witches have not gone down on that right-hand side, it certainly would have been. Thank you everyone that is leaving at the moment. I do appreciate it's the end of the stream pretty much. You guys know that. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out for some time. So there you go. The war has ended and Friends Warrior have indeed took the lead. That is going to wrap it up for this one. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the support. Honestly, it really is appreciated, guys. I'm glad that you enjoy the content. I'm glad that you enjoyed this war. Thank you so much for everyone involved with setting these up in the background. You guys know how much I love tournaments and league plays. I will get involved with absolutely anything if I can with that. Thank you for the invite, everyone involved. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. That's going to wrap it up for this one though, guys. Until next time, peace out.